Our next guest on the hot list is one of the National League leaders in ERA at 3.08 so far in the young season. From the San Francisco Giants, it's Noah Lowry. Noah, thanks for joining us on ESPN News. You guys are in a 4-game skid, but you've also won 8 straight. You've won 4 in a row. Why do you think this team has been so streaky so far?
You know what? I think it comes down to just us being able to put together a consistency throughout our lineup, our pitching staff, and it's everybody clicking at the same time. Right now we got a couple guys clicking at one time, guys cold at the other side, and I think it's just going to be a combination of us trying to put it together.
When you talk about that rotation and Barry Zito and you and Tim Lincecum, Matt Morris, Matty Cain, I mean, all you guys are in the top 20 in ERA except Zito. Who's got the best stuff of you 5?
In my opinion, it's probably got to be either Matt Cain or Tim Lincecum. The guys are young. They got some live arms, some nasty breaking stuff, and a competitive attitude to go along with it.
Who's got the best cheese?
The best cheese. It's got to be either Matty or Timmy. Depends. Timmy can run it up there close to 100, so I got to go with him.
How about the best location?
Best location's probably got to either be hopefully me or Matt Morris. That's kind of what we rely on, along with Barry. I'm sure that he would say the same thing. We all kind of rely on location.
Who would you say is the grittiest of you 5?
The grittiest? Mm-hmm. I think all of us. I think we all want to be successful, so we're all a little greedy in that aspect.
You're being a very good team player. How about the worst cards player on the road?
The worst cards player? That'd probably be me at times. I lost quite a bit last year, trying to rebound this year.
Now, how about as a hitter? Who do you guys give the most grief to for his hitting ability?
As far as the pitching staff goes?
Yeah, oh yeah.
All over Matt Cain. He can't go a day without breaking a bat. He's gonna hate me for saying that. Sorry, Matty.
Well, you hit 271 a couple years ago. So far, only hitting 100, but you do have a double for a pitcher. That's impressive. What's your approach when you go up to the plate?
Swing hard in case you hit it. Now, you know what? I started seeing more off-speed stuff this year and a little bit last year, and it's just going to come down to me trying to make an adjustment to that.
What's your approach on the mound as a pitcher?
My approach on the mound as a pitcher is pitch to pitch, trying to stay aggressive and trying to stay focused and locating one pitch after the other. And
what have you learned the most in your 5 years that you didn't know as a rookie coming up to the bigs?
I think the biggest thing is change, man. I think that it comes down to, it's a cat and mouse game as far as pitching goes. Hitters are going to adjust. You in turn have to adjust and try to stay a step ahead.
Who's the one guy that you faced over the years that you've sort of surprised yourself with how often you got him out?
Oh, that's a good question. I would say that it probably has to be maybe Lance Berkman. I have a lot of respect for the guy. I think he's an unbelievable hitter, and I've had some pretty decent success against him.
How about some guy who's got the best of you that no matter what you throw at him, you just can't solve him?
You know what? I think that the 2 toughest guys that I've faced in the National League, and I've been saying this since my first year, have got to be Mark Loretta's a great hitter,
really?
And Paul LaDuca are 2 guys that they're quick inside. They're guys that can take pitches away, drive you up the middle, and they stay back on off-speed pitches. Those kind of guys are tough to face.
Giving some love to the guys who are under the radar. We like to see that. Now, hey, Sports Illustrated asked recently in one of their weekly polls who the most friendly and least friendly player in the major leagues is, and most friendly was Sean Casey by a mile, and least friendly was your teammate Barry Bonds. What's he like in the clubhouse?
You know what? Everybody's got their own opinion on Barry. I've always liked Barry. Barry's been great to me, and we're seeing a great side of him this year. He's coming out and he's playing hard. He's great in the clubhouse. He's offering young guys advice, and that's great to see.
When he gets to home run 753, 754, and closer to Hank Aaron, what do you think the commissioner, Bud Selig, should do?
I really don't know. That's a good question, and it's something that's brought up a lot. I think that for us, we're just kind of focusing in on it as a team, and we'll let all the outside media do what they're going to do because they're going to have a field day with it, I'm sure.
Well, Bonds is one of the 14 guys over 30 on the team. Besides the starting rotation, it's a very sort of old squad, and I'm just kind of wondering when you guys win a game, the post-game in the clubhouse afterwards, is a stereo on like, you know, Tony Bennett and Frank Sinatra with these guys, or what? What goes on?
No, man. We may have some older players, but they're young at heart, and we mix it up a little bit.
And before we let you go, now I asked you before when we were checking your microphone, I thought it was a shiner under your eye, but it's not. What is it?
That's actually a birthmark. I have a story every now and again, but to make a long story short, is a birthmark.
That's the best you can do on such short notice. Hey, next up you got the Phillies this weekend in the city of brotherly love. Now they get Ryan Howard back, the MVP. What's your approach against a lefty like that? Although you're very effective against lefties, 182 this year. When you're facing Ryan Howard, what do you try to do?
Keep the ball in the park, man, to tell you the truth. The guy's an unbelievable hitter, and in a park like that, he can just touch the ball and he can go out. So what you want to really try to do is mix in and out and change speeds on him. Try to keep him off balance as much as possible.
Who are the players you admired most growing up?
Players I admire most growing up were Nolan Ryan and Roger Clemens. For their attitude and their demeanor.
And have you had a chance to meet Rocket?
I have not. Yankees come into town. Not sure if he's going to be with the team at that point. Hopefully he will be. Looking forward to it.
So what do you expect at him? A lot of people in New York want him to be Cy Young all over again. Other people are saying, look, he's in his mid-40s. What would you expect end of the season?
You know what, man? The guy's unbelievable. He's been doing it for years. He knows what it takes to get ready. He's getting himself ready. He came back last year and absolutely dominated, in my opinion. And I think we're going to see the same thing out of him.
Well, we've seen great things out of you so far, Noah Lowry, in 2007. We appreciate you joining us on the Hot List on ESPN News. Best of luck the rest of the season.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me.
From the worldwide leader in sports, this is the Hot List on ESPN News.
Welcome back to a busy afternoon here on the Hot List on ESPN.